This year's been full of games that rock, bop, and slap, but I'm here to tell you that no 2019 game is gonna be more metal than Valfaris. It's a headbanger's ball of over-the-top run-and-gun excitement set in a violent fantasy world straight out of Heavy Metal magazine. And just when you think you've seen it all, this old-school throwback tosses in more firepower, bigger bosses, and more explosive action. Yeah, I have a hunch that Ricky Rackman would approve. Therion has waited a long time to force his evil father to pay for his crimes. He's been flying through space in a wolf ship looking for the fortress of Valfaris, the one-time paradise that completely vanished from the galactic charts. And now it's back, this time orbiting a dying sun. It's been completely consumed in an ever-growing darkness, and Therion knows that this may be his only opportunity to get the answers he seeks. This is the setup to one of the most exciting games of the year. Valfaris is a side-scrolling run-and-gun action game that mixes elements from Contra and Strider to create a fun and challenging journey full of hacking, slashing, shooting, and blowing up massive bosses. It's a gory and stunningly gorgeous shooter that gives you everything you could possibly want out of the genre, and so much more. When Therion crash lands on Valfaris, he's equipped with a sword for close-range attacks, a pistol for longer shots, and a railgun for those moments when you need a little extra power. But it won't take long for our hero to find a few new weapons, including everything from a rocket launcher, to a whip, to a flamethrower. With the 3 types of weapons mapped to different buttons and a whole bunch of guns and swords to choose between, we're given quite a bit of freedom in how we fight through the colorful levels of Valfaris. Now, one of the things that I really like is how everything in this world feels connected. It's hard to tell where the levels begin and end, and I have a hunch that that's done on purpose. Even though the stage designs are linear and fairly straightforward, the game does a great job of making us feel like we're along for every step of the journey. And boy, what a journey it is! Every stage is brought to life with vibrant colors and stunning pixel graphics. Even when they're in the deepest, darkest parts of the fortress, there's still a sense of style and attention to detail that makes every moment stand out. The great graphics also extend to the many boss fights. Look, Valfaris knows what you came here for, and it's epic shootouts against fantasy creatures that you can only find in outer space. This game delivers when it comes to the bosses, and they all look awesome. But don't spend too much time marveling at their design because they're all deadly. This is the kind of game where you'll need to memorize patterns to stand a chance. And even then, your chances of survival are still a bit iffy. The rest of the game is also challenging, but I never felt that it was unfair. Valfaris is good about giving you plenty of checkpoints, which double as a place to swap and upgrade the weapons that you'll unlock. Even as the enemies grow faster and stronger, I always felt like I was in control and never had to replay large portions of the level. That said, the back half of this game is going to kick your butt, so be prepared to die a lot before learning the truth about Valfaris. Now, for as much as I like mixing and matching the different weapons, I found that the upgrade system forced me to stick with the same gun throughout most of the lengthy journey. There just aren't enough upgrade points to go around, so it made more sense to me to continue using the upgraded weapons that I got near the start of the game. I mean, there'd be times when I might switch to the bomb gun or whip in order to get the upper hand on a boss, but I ended up using the upgraded pistol for most of the game. There really needs to be a way to remove the upgrades, freeing us up to experiment more with the rest of Therion's impressive arsenal. But aside from the upgrade system and a few stages that are a little too linear, I don't have that many bad things to say about Valfaris. In a year that brought us blazing chrome and a brand new Contra game, this is definitely the best run-and-gun shooter I've played in 2019. A lot of this has to do with the incredible presentation and metal soundtrack. Valfaris is a fascinating fortress that I couldn't wait to explore. It's richly detailed and diverse, often veering away from the tropes you normally see in this type of shooter. You gotta raise those devil horns because this game shreds! fans of run and gun shooters are gonna fall in love with the gorgeous pixel world of Valfaris. This new game from the team behind Slain perfectly evokes the spirit of old school classics like Contra, while simultaneously offering something new and thoroughly metal. The result is an intense shooter with a heavy emphasis on firepower, boss fights, and detailed graphics. Let me tell you, Valfaris is no match for Therion's death growl. Hey, thanks for watching our review. If you liked what you saw here, then you should know that we post new reviews and features almost every day. Now here's the question I have for you. What's the most metal game you've ever played? You can take that a few different ways, including literally. I'm just gonna let you decide how you define metal, and I can't wait to see your picks in the comments below. In other news, I'm currently hard at work on a bunch of reviews, including Out Buddies, Driven Out, and that new Super Monkey Ball game. While I do that, I strongly recommend you click that subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then,